It's Astrology Roast. I think it needs to sound like a shitty intro, like a funny shitty intro.
Hi everyone and welcome back to Astrology Roast. My name's Karen and I'm delighted yet again to be with you.
My name is Itai and I'm also super happy to be here. Now, this has
sounded very, very convincing.
It is. Well, if you're now listening to this episode already, the first 20 seconds thinking something sounds weird, it is important to say that Mercury is retrograding and all communications are bound to mess up.
Yeah, so I guess in line with the phenomenon of Mercury retrograde, which we've already covered in our Mercury episode. Nice segue there. I have lost my voice, so if anyone wants to send in some messages of sympathy or attention, I'd really, really welcome that because I know that's the real chicken soup for my soul.
Yeah, well, I think that now at least we both have a voice that is like 50% feminine and 50% masculine.
Exactly.
Like when I speak on the phone, at least half of the conversation, people will think that I'm female, and then half of the people will know I'm male. So now you know what it's like. And maybe it's a bit harder for our listeners to tell the difference between the two of us now.
Yeah.
But Mercury retrograde, yes, we all know that. Our Instagram's been flooded with questions. Should I leave my boyfriend? Should I get back with my ex? What should I do? This person didn't call me. This person did. Yes, Mercury is retrograding. Even now we have a few crystals around us. We're trying to combat that. It's not easy.
It's not easy. And in answer to all the questions we've received during Mercury retrograde, be gentle to yourself and know that whatever's happening now, you'll probably have to go over it again soon. So don't stress too much because you're going to get a redo anyway. You're going to have to review all of the decisions that you make, whether they be positive ones or negative ones. So no need to stress about that. Another phenomenon which people, our listeners, might not be familiar with, which is also happening at the moment and is causing a huge ruckus, is Mars retrograde. So Mars retrograde is much less well known compared to Mercury retrograde. And similarly, it refers to when the planet Mars feels like it's going backwards in relation to the Earth's orbit.
Yeah.
Mars retrograde happens much less frequently than Mercury retrograde. So it's a slower, sensual planet. So most of the time Mars is rolling forward. It's the planet of movement and determination and ambition, and it rules the sign of Aries. So Mars is all about dynamism and sexuality and aggression. So we're used to Mars plummeting forward and feeling that momentum of Mars. However, when Mars goes retrograde, people out there might feel a bit of sexual frustration or general frustration. You might feel like your base, wild desires are squished or there are blockages and barriers in front of you. So again, with Mars retrograde happening and Mercury retrograde happening at the moment, you're going to have to be extra patient with yourself. And also maybe hold your tongue a little bit because during Mars retrograde, it's kind of known as when the inner bitch comes out. So if you're already a bitch, then
the inner bitch is out and about.
Yeah, so don't talk, think before you speak or just walk away. There's no need to be a hero at the moment. I will tell you that it does finish on the 27th of August. So in a couple of weeks' time, things might be a bit easier. It does happen every 2 years. So once that's all done and dusted, September should be a much sunnier, more peaceful month. So sorry about the bad news, but just wanted to let you all know if you've been having a cray month. I know I've felt it deeply. Like I've just been walking in a haze and just screaming at everyone in my mind. So, be kind to yourself.
And Mercury retrograde is finishing on August 19th. And my way to deal with it is just to literally every person that I'm in conversation with, I just one of the first thing I say to them is, oh, Mercury is retrograding. So I'm not responsible of this conversation. And that includes waiters in restaurants, the person who cut my hair the other day, literally every single person I'm get in contact with. And I think it's helpful because then they either shut down because they think I'm crazy or they just respect that we're not going to get along, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's like if you've missed your flight or you're running late, just say Mercury was retrograde. Refund, please.
I'll see you again at August 19th.
Yeah, exactly.
It will be great.
When I leave the house.
So Mercury retrograde, Mars retrograding, and also we are obviously, as we all can feel, in Leo month.
Yes.
And what a month it is.
Yeah, so I've really felt the Leo energy this month. This very week has been really dominated by the significant Leos in my life. So I've been helping a friend out who's a very well-known B-grade celebrity in the community and also a Leo with her trade fair. So she's been selling things at a trade fair and screaming at different retailers to buy her products and doing a wonderful job because she's such a sunny Leo. And also I've had a wild debaucherous house party that was created by another Leo where she was wearing a full body, what would you call it?
I would call it a mild BDSM outfit.
Yeah, so she was wearing that to a party. Her parents were there in the early hours going, oh, that's such a lovely outfit. So it was very weird.
It's very Leo.
Yeah.
It's actually so impressive, I think, for Leos know how to celebrate themselves, and Leos know how to be shameless about this is me and this is my holiday this month and you all gonna celebrate me. And they also gonna celebrate you when it's your time. They know how to do it. So I made a list of the most Leo things done by Leos ever. And I would like to share it with you.
Please.
And with everyone that's listening. So I already mentioned on this podcast how J.K. Rowling wrote this huge series of books that was bigger than the Bible. And she gave the main character, Harry Potter, the same star sign as her.
Bigger than the Bible? Is that,
I don't know.
Where are these facts coming from?
I feel like no one's going to challenge that statement. But then that thought led me into thinking of other Leos and how they celebrated themselves and how they made these, most Leo actions. And Leos, this is my gift for you for your birthday. So the first one is J.K. Rowling. The second one is Kevin Spacey, giving his apology speech for sexual harassment, but also being the Leo that he is. As he was apologizing, or not even apologizing, he also came out as a gay man, which was, I thought, very Leo to do. Like, guys, it's like almost like I got caught and then I'm pointing at something else, but that something else is also about me.
Yeah, it's true.
Also,
really
Bill
true.
Clinton was recently interviewed about the whole Monica Lewinsky scenario, looking back, and his quote is, "I did the right thing," which is also like outrageous. Like, surely you didn't do the right. Maybe you did some right things, but you can't.
Wow.
You can't put all this story back as a title that is, "I did the right thing." Like,
wow.
I just thought it was very Leo of him.
How do you think Hillary puts up with him? Like, what does she think when she hears Bill going, "Look, my only lesson that I learned in my career as a president who was in huge, huge shit for an alleged affair with my colleague," like how does she deal with the learnings that he has being, "I did the right thing"?
Well, we know she's a Scorpio, so I'm very curious to know what happens between the four walls of their house. Like, a Scorpio wouldn't let their partner go around the earth, saying "I did the right thing" when they talk about cheating on them. It's like, it's
so
not.
wrong.
No. On with our list. James Cameron releasing Titanic and making it like the best-selling movie of all time, and literally the next day starting to work on the technology, which 10 years later become Avatar, which breaks the record of Titanic. And just, being like a Leo, I'm going to break this record and I'm going to dedicate 10 years to break my own record.
I'm going to ask a question about that movie, Avatar, because, I mean, if you had a choice now whether or not you had to sit through Avatar again or you could just watch A Bug's Life, which basically is the same film on a much lower budget without, all of the sad music, but bugs running around, building things and dealing with their feelings, which is the same as Avatar, giant human-like bugs. What would you choose? Because I think A Bug's Life was hands down way better.
I think it's hard. For me, it's hard because Avatar has Zoe Saldana, which plays in Crossroads,
Oh, the Britney Spears Crossroads.
Yeah, and Bugs Life
Doesn't have Zoe Saldana.
but I think it does have J.Lo, doesn't it?
I'm not sure if J.Lo was in it.
She's in Ants. She's in Ants. I don't know. Anyway, I think I would choose Avatar, but you will choose A Bug's Life.
Definitely.
Well, we're different. We're not, at the end of the day.
Even if our voices sound the same today on this podcast. Again, lost my voice, guys. Don't sound like this all the time.
Mercury retrogrades.
Yeah.
I have two more things on my list. One of them is Kylie Jenner hiding the fact that she's pregnant, being the high profile Leo that she is, managing to hide it only to give birth and then a month later post it on Instagram, release a 10-minute documentary on YouTube, and then becoming the youngest billionaire in the world. It's like, I'm gonna hold off being Leo for 9 months only so I can come back full power like a crazy Leo and just do it. And the last thing on my Leo list is the song Jenny from the Block by Jennifer Lopez. I think this whole song is like a Leo masterpiece by, some would say, the Leoest Leo woman on earth. Would you agree, disagree?
Yeah, I've got a lot to say about Jennifer Lopez. I think she's wonderful and very underrated, even though she would rate herself as wonderful and underrated as well. So maybe I've been bitten by the Leo magic. I don't know how old she is now. I think she's 40, what is she, 43,
yes,
47?
Oh.
She is just about to release another movie coming to cinemas soon called Second Act, which is all about, having a second chance in life when you're a single mum, making ends meet, which is the character that she's played for maybe 50 movies now.
Yeah, well.
And she's done it so well. I could talk for 30 minutes just about Jennifer Lopez.
She's incredible, and she's 49, which is 49. Also amazing. And in the song Jenny from the Block, she's basically saying what every Leo wants us to know. That they're amazing and that they're also super complicated and interesting, and also the name of her name is on the song. And it's like, don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the Block. Don't be yes, I'm rich and I'm famous, but I'm also, my story, and you should know my story. And it also led me to think, and us to think, about kind of the theme that we want to explore today, which is the block and where we all come from. And Jennifer Lopez, I think, is someone that really pays respect to where she's from in her music, in her, roles that she chooses to play. She's from the block. She's Jenny. She has a lot of songs. I'm Still the Same Girl, where she walking around the streets of the Bronx. And
I think what's interesting about Jennifer Lopez and all Leos is not only that they love to be loved, but they love to love and to give love.
Yeah.
So she really embodies that in the way that she loves her partners. So at the moment she's in a, over the top relationship with Anthony Rodriguez, who is a famous baseball player. And if you took one look at either of their Instagrams, you would have thought that they were in a relationship for 50 years together and they were so in love with each other and families have merged. But really, she just loves love. So she could be with someone for 1 second or one Instagram post, aka Drake, and or she can be with someone for, 9 to 10 years, like she was with Mark Anthony. Love his stuff, love his work. And she's the same with either of them. Yeah. She loves them with all of her being. She wants to be loved with all of her being. And she's the ultimate Leo, I think.
She is. And, so I was looking to find her chart and to see other placements in her chart and understand her a bit better, but I couldn't find, there's no time of birth for Jennifer Lopez. But I did find that her middle name is Lynn, which I found to be a bit odd, but the only other Lynn that I know...
It is a bit odd, actually.
It is. It's like J.LO. It's like J.LO. J.LO is like a brand, and then her middle name is Lynn. It's like Lynn is like a clerk. It's like a librarian
Lynn
name.
from finance.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, the only other Lynn that I know is Lynn Spears, Britney Spears' mom. And I remembered that Britney's sister, also known from the successful show Zoe 101, her name is Jamie Lynn, which is literally Britney's dad's name and Britney's mom's name combined. Brittany's dad is Jamie, Brittany's mom is Lynn, and her sister is Jamie Lynn Spears, which is the youngest sister. And I was like, which two signs would name their daughter after their own names? And I was looking, obviously I went into a Wikipedia